Fly Away Home is the story, sort of my first ever ripped from the headlines book, about a cheating politician and his betrayed wife and his 2 adult daughters, and how they all cope with the aftermath of the scandal of his infidelity. Obviously, you want somebody who is talented enough to sound like different people, which I sadly am not. Like, in my head, I hear them all, but out of my mouth comes the same thing. So you want a really great actress, and I love that it's Judith doing this, because I thought it was such an interesting counterpoint to the character of Sylvie, who is very restrained. Like, she believes in things but never takes a stand because she feels it's not her place, and her husband's the politician, so she picks the most benign and toothless issues to endorse. And I love that you're such an activist. All this stuff that Sylvie probably secretly believes in deeply but will not ever speak out about. I thought that was a beautiful irony.
When I started reading the book, they had given it to me prior to the reading, because you have to do a lot of preparation, particularly for this book, required a lot of preparation. And I was reading along, and as I said to Jennifer today when I met her, I said, I feel like I have grown up with you. I feel like we are sisters under the skin. I mean, we are a couple of generations apart, but actually felt that I knew these women and I understood every single one of them. I really was connected to all of the characters, because for me it was something that I felt that I had grown up with. And the writing is so detailed and the characters are so psychologically defined that it made it really easy to do the work on it.
Well, I think that any author, when you go to the audiobook format, you want it to be, you want it to sort of echo what you hope the readers are hearing in their heads, in terms of how does Sylvie sound, and how, you know, I imagine sort of the classic politician's wife as being very considered and very restrained and very careful in her speech. Like, there's a lot more going on underneath, and I think that Judith's going to be able to capture that really well, as sort of the tension between surface and interior.
It was very exciting for me. We had a wonderful time doing it. You know, sometimes you can read books and you just read them, and they're good and you do the job that you can do, but this one was truly exciting. I mean, we were all in the room just having this wonderful time.
That's good.
And sometimes we would just, I mean, I would say something and we would all just laugh out loud. And I would watch the engineer Erica and the director Carol Shapiro, and I would look up at them and I would see them doing something and they would just be laughing. And there was such joy in it. And all of us, as the women in the room doing the book, that really made a difference too.
And that's, I mean, so many of my readers, I hear from them, they listen to my books instead of read them, and they listen as they commute or they listen at home, and I think sort of audiobooks can really bring a story to life in just a whole different way, and I'm so excited for this one.
One of the things that was so exciting to me about this story is that you watch and hear and experience viscerally these people's transformation, and not just the women, but the men as well. And you see who Sylvie is. You're informed of her mother. Even though her father is passed, you're informed about her. And then you watch this incredible transformation. And you watch this incredible transformation off of this scandal, but everybody becomes a different person.
I honestly just can't wait to hear it. I mean, for me, I would just keep thinking about the wives and the daughters, and like what happens when the press conference is over, when everybody's moved on to the next thing, and these people are left with sort of the wreckage of a life, and something that they have to rebuild, something that's going to look totally different than it did. And I loved hearing them in my head, and I can't wait to hear them for real on the audiobook, like what they sound like as they're sorting through this carnage and, like you said, rebuilding their lives and coming to a better place.
And also, what I think you'll do is, aside from hearing it, I think you will also see it. It's very cinematic. You will picture them, and you will know them. I mean, we all know these women. So that was what I found so powerful about it. It was like they're very specific, but they're also very universal.
Yeah.